keep me down forever, but they were wrong. And I am once again Volkamar, last I checked, and I am here with Flame once again to play some more Splatoon. And word on the street is, there is a new map.
I've played the new map earlier actually. It's a pretty cool map overall. The one little thing about it that bugs me is there's quite a bit of cagey area that you can't splat on, but other than that it's a good kind of, there's different distinct areas and I like that in maps.
So it's basically like Splatoon if it was in a steel cage match.
Not exactly, but sort of that sort of thing. It's called Bluefin Depot.
Yep, there it is right there, so we'll get to play it today. That's always nice.
Okay. Same as what we usually do. If you tell me when you're starting to, like, in a match, and I'll have to...
I am in the match right now, and Hamalski has already joined us. He is very much on the ball today.
Okay, I've just pressed to join you, so hopefully I'll actually be able to get in this week, as opposed to last week when it was just rejected, rejected, rejected.
And we figured that out, by the way. We realised it was doing that because there were so many people trying to join at once. He couldn't actually get in.
Yeah. I'm surprised I didn't think of that, because I remember back when Tom and Hell Dragon were doing the Smash Saturday session, that was the exact problem that stopped most of us getting into the games then. But it means that I get another fun game of jumping, of squid jump.
Oh, I'm not used to this map. I just fell to my death.
Oh, you're on the new one? Yeah, there are quite a few more bottomless pits in that than I think I've seen in the other maps. Because I know there's like one in the mall level like that you can accidentally jump over, but I can't think of any in any of the others that you would fall into without like going out of your way to fall into. Meanwhile, I've got this exciting jumping squid action that hopefully won't take too long.
The Squid Olympics are going to be great this year. I heard the high jump is very, very competitive. This map is weird. It's going to take me some time to get used to this one.
What I did notice was it took me a little while to realise that I was meant to go along some of the cagey sections around the outside.
That son of a bee! Okay, so this map looks like it could be very difficult. It seems like it's very easy to... Basically, the area is completely split in two, except these two tiny middle areas, which is what's being competed over, basically.
Ink Olympics from Lackery in the chat.
Ink Olympics, yep.
Squimpics from Carson in the chat.
Who would even shoutcast such an event?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it's incredible though.
Oh, this is our chance. Get in there.
Yeah, these first matches are always a bit of a mystery for me because I can kind of hear you getting like excited or concerned or whatever as you're getting hit, but I have nothing to, like reference point.
Yeah, we got to a point where we're finally able to get up to the enemy's half of the map, so hopefully that'll put us over the edge, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, sometimes it can kind of come down to the last minute, can't it?
Oh, I figured that might happen. I had like 3 guys, and I knew one of them would take me out as soon as I took one of them out.
Yeah.
Although they've pinked up the side of the map again, we're gonna need a miracle, I think, to win this one. Although we are winning according to the splits at the top, so maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, well,
I think we may have just about got that one. Yeah, we got a little bit of green on their side, so I think we may have gotten that one.
Nice.
Way 48 to 40. That's not bad. I can take that.
That's a decent sized win, isn't it?
That map threw me off. I was really having trouble trying to figure it out.
So, I suppose that's kind of natural when it's your first time playing the map.
It's more trying to figure out how to get from one side to the other because it's not entirely clear the first time going in.
Added you yet, mate? I'll add you at some point soon.
Alright, so we got you in and we got Mike Tendo in again from last week.
And Milski is one of our guys as well, isn't he?
Yep, he was in right at the beginning. He was in from the first match.
Good stuff. Lollipops.
I don't think he's one of ours.
No, I just think that's a cool name.
Ah, here we go. Something familiar.
Yeah. Here's something we know. Something that hopefully won't screw us over too much. The fun in Splatoon, it's fun in little bursts, I find. Like, when we play it just like a couple of hours or so on here, like, it's plenty fun. I could imagine it getting a bit repetitive, like, if you play for too long at a time, just because of how the map system rolls out.
The best thing to do, in my opinion, is to do the burst play thing, so play like a couple of hours or so, maybe over a couple of days in the week, and maybe try and get in when the updates are around as well, so the game seems that little bit fresher.
Yeah, and also kind of...
The trick is not to burn yourself out.
Yeah, that's kind of just... I've said it quite a lot in these sessions. It's why I wish they had more maps in the rotations, just so that it didn't feel like you were doing the same maps over and over.
Well, they'll help when they get more game modes in.
It just seems like a really arbitrary sort of limitation, but yeah, I can live with it. At least for the time being, I can live with it. Right now I'm using a new weapon that I unlocked earlier. I forget what it's actually called, but it's that bigger gun weapon, except it's the one with all the kind of dual-looking things over it.
What, is it the hose thingy, or is it the E-liter?
It's the kind of chunky sort of thing.
If it's chunky, it's probably the hose.
I'm looking at it now, it's sort of big, yeah. I should probably remember the names of the things that I unlocked.
They have weird names, so I don't usually go by remembering them like that. I just remember them by associations of what they look like.
Yeah, and kind of what they do. Like right now, the one I'm using, it's the one that I think it's got quite a bit of strength, so like power behind it, so you kind of knock people out quicker than they get you.
Does it fire in bursts?
No, it's like a constant stream. Well, not a constant stream, but like throws out chunks and it doesn't stop you at all.
Maybe a Splattershot Pro then. I know, I'll probably be able to get a proper look at it in a second.
Yeah. If you come up to me, I'll shoot you with it and you can tell me.
That doesn't sound like a very good deal to me.
Worth a try. Ah, hey gamer.
Hey, gamers in the chat, hello!
I did play a couple of ranked matches earlier, like for the first time, and I did about as well as you would have thought I would have done. I got completely annihilated twice in a row. They were both in like the warehouse level. It seems like an interesting change of pace, but also seems a bit too much like you get killed, you get put back to the beginning, you got to jump in and hopefully not get killed straight away again. Seems like there's not quite as much place for you to just achieve things, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess so. I know what you're getting at.
And I just got hit by the Kraken. Where's that going? I think you orange guys have got that one.
I'm willing to bet we probably did as well.
Yeah, that's a lot of orange.
Sunny D Master Race. Right, so you're well on my team, but I can tell you what your weapon is. Let me see here. That is the blaster.
Right.
I'm not sure what model of blaster it is, but it is a blaster. It's a kind of a slow-firing weapon, but it does AoE damage.
Ah, that's good to know. You see one with the kind of fancy colours.
Hey, and Tom's in!
Sweet.
Yay!
Right, you know the deal. Everyone after Tom.
Yep. Shades of Splatfest occurring here. I'm trying to see if I can convince Tom to get in on Splatfest and see if we can get that going next week.
I had a little look at Splatfest on the wiki. What exactly is it?
It's an event where the Inklings get put into teams. In Japan it was bread versus rice, and I believe rice actually won. And in Europe it's meant to be like cats versus dogs or something like that. But basically the whole idea is that you have two opposing teams, they battle it out throughout the day, and then whoever wins out of the two teams I think gets cool stuff.
Ah, sweet. So it's kind of like one of these just contribution type games.
Yeah, but like the whole lobby and everything changes as well, so it's a pretty major deal.
Ah, good stuff. Alright, I'm on the purple team this time. You've got...
Tom's on my team.
Yeah.
And we got some random DJ and a Korean dude.
Okay.
Or Chinese dude, or Japanese dude. One of the two.
That was free.
Someone of Asian persuasion. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, he might not.
Leader from out of nowhere.
That might just be the language they speak. Nope. I'm getting attacked from somewhere.
Angles best not described.
I got splattered by the NZAC 85, that's the new one. Let's clear up some of this green mess going on over here.
What that?
Huh?
I couldn't prepare myself for the Mike Tendo ambush.
Yeah, from last week, Mike Tendo's like really good at this, isn't he? So.
He is pretty dang good.
That's why I'm glad he's on my team.
I can imagine. Well, this is already not looking very good for Team Green. It looks like one of our guys is AFK.
Oh.
I have not seen him move yet. Then again, I've won 2v4s before, so...
I got killed.
I'm determined to continue.
Yeah, I tweeted about that earlier. So, like, there's this Splatoon wiki, which it's really cool and it seems pretty in depth, but they've put the whole kind of website in Comic Sans for some reason. Like, I didn't realise this was 2003.
Freaking Comic Sans.
Yeah.
Why is that even a thing? I'm forced to work with it where I work, and it's just... I just want to kill myself every time I use it.
I get the reasoning behind it, like when it's things with schools and that, because I know it's much easier for young children to kind of make out because of how distinct each of the characters are. But in terms of any sort of professional publishing or something, nah, guys, do something else.
Yeah. I mean, there are plenty of good font types to use that look
Wingdings.
professional. Yeah, I'm willing to bet Wingdings is probably more professional than Comic Sans. I would actually prefer it.
At least the drawings look cool. Oh. You can see Tom a mile off, he's got the massive kind of bike hat thing. Which I've got a different kind of massive bike hat thing, so I'm not being hypocritical enough. Let's paint some of this enemy base.
This could be pretty close.
Yep. Yep. Good strike time.
Man, that liner person's pretty damn good of a roller. How much swim speed does she have? Jesus Christ.
Something I noticed when I was playing
It's a
on ranked
squid version
earlier.
of Michael Phelps. Armed with a giant paint roller.
When I was playing on ranked earlier, I noticed a strategy that people had that was actually really smart. They were using the paintbrush, which is good because that kind of lets them run in quickly, leaving a trail so all the teammates can kind of swim through it and get back in the game quicker.
Or just jump into your position, that works just as well.
That works just as well, but if they're getting fired at, then like you're gonna die as well. So I tend to avoid that when I can, unless I can kind of get the gist of the coast is clear and whatnot.
That was a close match though, just to sort of interrupt you there a bit.
Yeah, that's alright. It was
2% in it.
Yeah, and it's kind of pretty blended in, and like you normally get a huge patch of one colour and a huge patch of another, but now they're sort of blended in.
As to why we don't have Splatfest yet, I believe it was said that Japan would get it the week before last. North America would get it after them. I think it was originally planned for us and America to have it at the same time, but I think they kind of changed their stance on that one. But either way, we'll be getting Splatfest next week.
I wonder if it's a kind of practicality thing, because like there's going to be a lot of people involved in like all the calculations and stuff. Oh, Carson's fangirling over me again.
You got your own personal cheerleader in the chat at the moment.
Oh yeah, that's my mate. Yeah. I do like this map.
I'm sure I will as well once I actually get used to it and played a few games on it.
But it just feels kind of these bits around the corners where there's like just the cage section that I just stupidly went into squid form and fell through. Like them, I kind of feel like I'm not doing much while I'm on them, so I kind of feel like I'm wasting time, like just moving from one place to another.
Yeah, this is a great map for snipers though. There's a lot of high ground position that just makes it such a good map for them.
Remember guys, don't snipe, snipers for horses. Let me get up here and I'm sniping without a sniper.
I tried to kill the sniper. Couldn't quite get there in time.
Someone got me with their like triple bombs. Oh yeah, I forgot the bit behind the spawn point actually counts for points and stuff. I should have painted that when I started.
Oh damn. Like Tender with the sweep. Yeah, I'm willing to bet that they made this map for snipers.
Yeah.
Because they kind of had some okay maps, but aside from that, there wasn't a whole lot really for them.
I suppose I'm not sure how I feel about that really, kind of having like maps built where certain weapons benefit, because I suppose it kind of goes hand in hand with the limited rollouts of only having 2 maps at a time. But
yeah.
At the same time, that is something that's enforcing the limitation.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, once they increase the rotation to 3 maps, it'll probably be a lot better. But I do like the idea in general, just because it kind of makes people try different weapons, and sort of get a handle as to what weapons are good where, and then that kind of separates a good player from a great player. Just being able to figure out sort of like which weapons work where and all that.
The problem we have there, though, is that after a while, people kind of clock on to what's the good weapon for the map, and then you just end up having games where you've got 8 players with the same weapon.
Maybe so, but I don't think that will happen, to be honest. That's kind of a very specific scenario to have occur. It may happen, though, you're absolutely right, but I don't think they have much to worry about, honestly.
It won't happen yet if it happens, but it'll happen like once the game's been out for quite a while and people have kind of worked out all the different weapons and that. And maybe that'll be when it'll be a good point to kind of, you know, start bringing new things, which is one way that the kind of rollout system benefits.
I think we kicked ass that game. And I'm pretty sure I fragged Tom near the end, which means my employment in Hellfire Commentaries is in question, but we'll ignore that little fact.
61 to 29.
That is quite a thrashing.
And probably the first time I've been on the right side of the thrashing.
It must be a good feeling for you. Got a couple more things on my items, so... What I like to do in these little events, I just like to level up my items a bit and try and get a good inventory going. There's one item I picked up which has... Oh, what was it called again? Can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but... It was pretty cool. Whatever it was. I just can't actually remember what it is at all. I was like, I'm pretty sure I remember what it does. No, wait, I don't even remember that either. But it was cool enough for me to put it on me, so I guess that must have been some decent indication.
I did notice, like, at the end of the last game, I think I'm very close to leveling up again, so...
Oh, really?
I wonder what will happen. It's level 13, my next level, so I wonder what will happen then. Other than, you know, curse is bad, I call that malarkey. Oh, I got my Nintendo. And someone got me. Yeah, I wonder how long the DLC support and updates and whatnot are gonna be supported.
I think eventually they move on to some paid DLC stuff, maybe, but I'd like to think they'll support it for quite a while. I mean, obviously it's getting them sales.
Yeah, and it seems to have been their strategy so far, and it just put more stuff in over time.
Exactly. So, as long as they can keep it up, I don't think they'll have much problem. My main concern comes with them doing something like they did with Fantasy Star Universe with Sega. They trickled out content in a similar way, but that game ended up dying hard. But I like to think with Nintendo they're a bit more clever with this sort of thing, so I like to think they'll probably do it a lot better than Sega did with Fantasy Star.
Remember, this is Nintendo trying to use the internet.
Yeah, obviously there is some improvements to be made and such, but they'll get there eventually.
The only thing they know about the internet are memes. But one thing that I do worry about if they do start bringing in paid DLC is that kind of splits the audience base there, and because some people will have the DLC and some people won't, so it's kind of...
They'll probably restrict it maybe to weapons then, possibly. if they were going to do it. I don't think they'd do it for maps, just because, as you said, it would split the player base a bit too much. With weapons, there's not a huge amount of danger of that happening.
With weapons, that leaves the potential of possibly leaving it unbalanced, because people have paid might have a weapon that gives you an unfair advantage. Hopefully they get it balanced fair enough, but there's always that kind of... It might come across as a kind of pay-to-win thing, even if that's not the intention.
Yeah, I was referring to Phantasy Star Universe, not Phantasy Star Online 2, because that would imply that it came out here, and I would be playing it right now.
Is that the one that like got delayed forever and then forgotten about?
Well, it's out in Japan, but that is literally it. It's only had a Japanese release so far. It was touted for being released in the West sometime, but it just never happened. And whether or not it will eventually happen is indeterminate.
One of them ones, eh?
But yeah, I feel like the DLC, apart from guns and maybe like some aesthetic stuff like with costumes and things like that, that's pretty much where they should draw the line. Doing it on maps and game modes wouldn't be very good at all in my honest opinion, because as you pointed out, it would split the player base. Cosmetic stuff and maybe to a lesser extent weapons don't do that so much.
Nah. They're always going to have this kind of difficult balance that they've got to make with themselves, because if it's like actual features or like maps, weapons, whatever, then it'll unbalance things. But by the same token, if it's only cosmetic things, how many people are going to buy that?
You'd be surprised, actually. I mean, that model's been tried and tested for a very long time now, and it's been proven that people like that sort of thing, and people will pay money for it.
I've always wondered, like, do they do like really well them kinds of DLC, or do they kind of do well enough to justify it, like because you know it's cheap to make and they can get a few pence back on it?
I say I think they definitely get a big enough return on it. I mean, there's enough people who want that feeling of having something unique. Well, unique-er, I guess. That enough people buy it that, of course, it makes it worth it.
Yeah, I guess so. Like either way, there is a market. Like if anyone's going to buy it at all, from a business sense, that does make sense because you know it's money and they're pretty cheap to make if it's only aesthetic things, aren't they? So that's all right. But it's just I always wondered whether they were hugely successful or whether they're just sort of a little bit of money on the side sort of thing.
Or they'll just do it the incorrect way and do it for Amiibos, and that way nobody will get to do it.
Oh, that's a good point actually. Like, for all people have given Nintendo praise for handling DLC properly and that with Mario Kart and stuff, which that was a really good DLC output, but the Amiibo kind of content, that's worse than the whole kind of like pay to get things that should have been there to start with, because this time it's not just that you have to pay for it, it's that only certain people are going to be able to pay for it.
Exactly, and more you have to find them as well. DLC, digital content, is infinite. Amiibos aren't. Especially if Nintendo goes upon their current trend of just like literally only making one print run and that's it.
Yeah, like the Amiibo things, I wanted to be more optimistic about them because for the most part they are really cool little figures and at their sale price they're not that expensive for figures.
Exactly.
But the general handling of them, distribution and stuff, that's gone complete tits up. Which is a shame really, I think, and I hope they manage to get sorted soon.
Yeah, I mean, so far it's a fantastic idea, executed very, very poorly. But that's kind of on Nintendo to try and figure out a way around that. I mean, especially since they're continuing on the trend of, oh hey, look at all this new stuff we're coming out with Amiibo support. Yeah, but are you going to actually do something about the problems with stocking said Amiibos? Because I kind of like to know that before I buy your product.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons why that direct at E3 felt really underwhelming to me. Like, they're spending a lot of time talking about Amiibos and different Amiibo like games and stuff, but like really, that's a non-announcement until we know we're gonna get one. You know?
Exactly. I mean, Animal Crossing is literally making Amiibos a prerequisite, so they're treading on very dangerous ground with that sort of thing.
Yeah, they damn well better stock if they want that to do well, because there's no point of having a game that requires figures you can't get hold of.
I mean, that's the one thing I found quite amusing, because the guys behind Skylanders actually called out Nintendo on that sort of thing. And then like a month or so later, they're at E3 doing a collaborative project.
I wonder if they're gonna have like input in the distribution and stuff, because if they are, that's probably a smart move, because as far as I know, them kind of figures and that, there's a decent stock of them.
Oh yeah, Skylanders have done very, very well. I mean, I'll always talk shit about Skylanders because of what they did to Spyro, but props to them, they know how to deliver a product. I mean, they're experienced, they know what they are doing.
Because like, I never really thought much of them kind of things, because I'm always kind of wary about games that like they're built around other things that you buy. But yeah, as you say, like in terms of distribution and that, there's plenty of them about. So if people are interested in that kind of thing, they can get hold of them fairly easily, can't they?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Disney Infinity to a lesser extent as well are kind of in that same boat as well. I mean, they've been doing a pretty good job, but whether or not that's because they're a little bit less popular than Skylanders, or maybe it's just because they've kind of foresaw a stocking problem ahead of time and kind of started accommodating for that. It's hard to say, because without knowing the inner workings of each individual company, you can only kind of speculate what's going on the outside. And from what I've seen, Skylanders done a cracking job, you can't complain, except for what they did to Spyro. Disney Infinity, I mean, they haven't done anything wrong yet from what I've heard, so, you know, that's always good news, if there's no news at all. But yeah, Nintendo, I have heard nothing but complaints about stocking with Amiibos. So they kind of need to get on the ball on that one, especially if they plan on continuing the trend of giving every new release they make some kind of Amiibo support. Because that's like, otherwise a whole point of the game you're excluding a huge portion of your fan base from.
I wonder if a lot of it's the kind of difference in general market, because like the Disney Infinity and the Skylanders thing, as far as I've seen, they've been marketed primarily towards like very young children or like younger children, whereas the Amiibos, they kind of pushed alongside Smash, which is kind of a huge game like among various different demographics. So,
Exactly.
Like, they've got more demand, whereas they're only putting out the very basic in terms of supply.
Got sniped there. I think Skylanders was originally touted towards kids, but I think slowly but surely the more mature demographic actually started chiming in, just because some of the figures are actually legitimately really cool.
Oh, that's good. Good to know. How much do these figures sell for that, do you know?
That I don't know. If somebody in the chat can look into it.
Yeah,
Tell us how much an average Skylanders figure is.
Yeah, because I know, like, I kind of went over it earlier, like, the reason why I like Amiibos is they're pretty good figures, pretty good quality figures, and
oh yeah, definitely.
when you can get them, they're relatively cheap compared to, like, what you'd pay for a lot of other figures.
Exactly, there is nothing wrong with Amiibos, it's just the whole getting a hold of them in the first place.
Yeah.
That is literally the only fault, but it's a big one, it's the problem. Because, you know, if you can't get a hold of it, then what's the point in them even existing?
Pretty much. Depending where we buy it, do we have like a kind of middle ground sort of price if you have one to hand? $5 to $10 apparently. That's pretty cheap.
And that's for an average Skylanders figure? I imagine there's probably different types. There's probably like some really stupidly ridiculous ones. Hey there, Clover1215, how are you doing? Great to have you here as always.
Like with the Amiibos, at least their recommended retail price, they're kind of balanced out around about the same regardless of what character you buy. I don't know whether like Skylanders or Disney Infinity would take that sort of approach or not.
Hard to tell. I mean, I might just keep a close eye on things in the future just out of morbid curiosity.
Yeah. It's a very interesting market, I find. It's something that's kind of popping up over the last few years, and it will be interesting to see how, like, games beyond games take off, if at all.
Yeah, I mean, because, I mean, whether they are, like, they're probably indirectly competing. You know, they're not interfering with each other, but they're kind of both in this sort of interactable figures market. And I mean, if they can't stock it, then obviously they're going to go somewhere else, even if it's not necessarily the same thing. That was a 0.1% difference. God damn.
But my team were all jumping around and smiling, so that ended well for me.
I bet Mike Tendo putting in the work once again.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good match, though.
Can I just keep him?
No, you have to share him.
Yeah, Carson, the HFC chat tends to be a lot quieter, probably because there are like fewer people in there. It's just Twitch chats, when there's a lot of people, they do get a little bit uncontrollable.
Oh, here we go. Jason's chiming in with some more information. You do get some store exclusives, gold variants, and there's apparently a boss one that can get pretty damn expensive.
Alright. I wonder how big the kind of collector's market are for them kind of things.
Oh, there's always certainly a collector's market involved. Just with the Amiibos is a bit more because, you know, Nintendo's stocking problem has made them even more valuable collector's items. Hence the scalper situation that we rapidly find ourselves being trapped by.
That's a very kind of risky market. Like, even if you take the whole ethical concerns out of it, like if you're doing that kind of thing, that's a very risky market because you know that your kind of entire collection that you've probably already spent yourself quite a bit out on, that could go to shit if Nintendo bring a second one. Although saying that, from what I've heard, there's some like slight differences in ones that have been reprinted after the fact. I don't know how much truth there is in that though.
I might have to look into it some more after the stream because the more I'm talking about it, the more intrigued I am.
Yeah. Let's just set off my ink spot.
Ouch. Nice job, Rhonda. I was trying to set up a sneak attack, but it turns out I got impatient.
I love it when I see like one little tiny patch of the other group's colour, because I know that they've probably jumped in the middle and got splatted by the other team there.
Every ink blot tells a story.
Yeah, essentially.
The story is, at the moment, I'm getting my ass kicked.
That story is that I managed to splat an ski.
Nice.
Oh, it probably wasn't for him.
Ha, nice try, dude.
That was you.
Yep, that was me.
God damn it.
Well, let's try a different approach.
That's you again.
You kind of ran into that one.
I did, but
you have no one to blame but yourself.
Well, technically you threw the bomb, but...
It was kind of in an obvious place, though.
Well, you have to bear in mind that I'm a bit dumb with this stuff. Please cater towards the fact that I'm not the best at keeping attention.
I don't know. That was Rhonda again. Don't know who that person is, but they're doing pretty alright right now.
I'm just seeing way too much orange up the other side of the map.
We're about to see a whole lot more.
Shit. It's just clear.
I got a nice juicy double kill right at the end there as well.
I
can't argue with how that one went. I think we did pretty well.
That's gotta be an orange one, I think. Yeah.
Oh yes, the Smash DLC. Now that's a thing.
I did buy Ryu once I got on. I haven't had the chance to play Smash yet, but I'll want to at some point, hopefully soon, just so I can kind of try them out.
I bought the entire set, and I do not regret it one bit. I love the levels, I love the extra characters, whether they're clones or not. It's just all around a good time, as far as I'm concerned.
No. I never really took to Lucas's gameplay style in Brawl, so I just thought I'm probably going to give him a miss for now at least. But
he has a couple of different bits about him, like he now has the sort of grappling hook type thing. And he has a couple of different behaviours in some of his moves as well. Like the PK Freeze, you can control that and you can actually hit with that from quite far away.
Oh, right.
So there's a couple of things that's changed about him to improve him that little bit, but otherwise he is fairly similar to how he was in Brawl.
Right, okay. Oh, yeah, also the packs did seem a little bit pricey. I don't know whether that's me being stingy or whether it is just...
Oh, the Mii costume packs. Well, I guess it depends on how much you like using the Mii Brawler, Fighter, and Gunner, really.
Yeah.
I mean, if you use those a lot, then that helps give you a little bit more variety, so it's not quite as samey anymore. Plus, some of the costumes are pretty good. I mean, you got Heiatsu from Tekken, you got Jackie and Akira from Virtua Fighter, Mega Man.exe and Zero. There's a lot of iconic character costumes there, so of course, that kind of plays into it a bit as well.
I do think the Zero outfit looks really cool.
Oh yeah, I like the Zero. I do like the Jackie's jacket as well from Virtua Fighter. I think that looks really cool.
Yeah, got basically all the major fighting games covered now, haven't you?
Yeah, pretty much. You got Tekken, Virtua Fighter, Street Fighter, and Smash all in the same place now.
And Sonic the Fighters.
And Sonic the Fighters, yes.
The most important fighting game.
Incoming Bean DLC.
Yeah.
Watch this space, it'll happen.
No, I haven't been like with Mighty in the Bar of Forgotten Characters.
They'll remember Mighty one day, I'm sure. Ah! I believe Hamalski is actually, one of his friends is taking the helm at the moment, so it's not the exact same Hamalski that we've been used to for the past few weeks.
Right, okay. Way too much blue on this map. Way too much blue.
Oh, damn. Nice job, Jason.
Come on, Mike Tento, help me out, you're my hope. Let me just splat here. Oh fuck, that didn't work how I wanted.
Well, yeah, starting to mount a bit of a comeback.
What about the greatest fighting game, Shaq Fu?
Yeah, we need some Shaq Fu DLC stat. Well, I suppose you could just make Shaquille O'Neal as a Mii.
True. But you could also technically make Goku as a Mii, but that won't stop it lasting.
No, that's true. We need a true Shaquille O'Neal with, like, basketballs and things like that. And the Shakurikan.
How did there end up being so much blue in my face?
Well, you see, there's this little story about a guy who lives in the blue world.
I should have seen that coming.
I won't do the whole thing because otherwise that'll just drag out and the whole thing will just be lost. Much. Oh no, that looks a lot closer.
What you
I
mean?
guess that middle section.
Do you want to be the one to send someone the message saying this is a karaoke stream now?
Hellfire karaoke nights. Late nights, a few beers. We can probably make that happen. If you want to donate some very good beer to us, you can find our address over at... No, I'm not going to do it.
This is like a new tier of e-begging, really, isn't it? Just
send us your booze, and we will perform bad singing karaoke for you.
I don't even drink. I just want to see you get tipsy now.
I haven't had it happen yet. But then again, I don't exactly need booze to be talked into doing silly things anyway. So I guess that's kind of where it cancels out.
That's useful to know for reasons.
No, really, I'm fairly easygoing. I'm usually down for all sorts of random crap.
Fair one.
Don't send it to Jason. He says he'll ensure I get it, but he doesn't say in what state.
Yeah.
I can always guarantee it will be sent via empty bottles.
Yeah.
Which I'll then have to recycle. So, in a way, I'm doing his work for him.
Yeah, you're helping the environment.
I have no idea what that means, but that looks long as hell. I'm willing to bet that guy's name is an entire sentence.
Possibly, yeah.
It's like the first two lyrics of what's going on.
It's like, was this enter a username? Oh, you must want my biography. Okay.
Free alcohol, just add alcohol.
Yeah.
That reminds me of the dehydrated water in a can. And the instructions say to include 5 gallons of water.
That's pretty awesome.
I can't remember what that was from. I'm pretty sure there was like some shop that had it there as a joke or something. Some dude trying to snipe me out over here. We have to do something about this.
I've got you and Jason on the team, so I can't shit talk too much right now, and someone just blew me up.
Ah, I got the sniper. Sniper.
I just saw that in the chat when yay bear. That was a typo. That's cool. It makes me laugh. And yeah.
Ah, my surprise attack didn't quite work out.
Maybe next time. The PS3 version of DMC3. I've played
I heard it initially had sound issues, but that was like quite some time back, and I'm not sure whether they've already been fixed.
I remember the game having like pretty bad sound mixing, but I don't know whether that. Now this one of things, what is it with the trend of HD remasters having like terrible sound balancing and stuff? Because there's Sonic Adventure 2 ones like that as well.
Yeah, I guess it's because some ports aren't entirely perfect. Every port seems to have a flaw in one way or another, like with Silent Hill, when they did the HD version of that. And they removed all the fog and it just looked like utter pants.
The thing that it does honestly impress me how they managed to make Sonic Adventure 2 sound balancing worse though. That takes some fucking doing.
Yeah, it does.
So I think they fixed a couple of little things like the characters speaking over each other to an extent, but then the general like putting the background music like way above the characters talking.
Yeah. Fix one thing, break something else.
Seems to be the way, yeah.
It is pretty difficult to find a balance in these things half the time though.
As we've found out for the last 2 sessions.
Yeah. Remakes are fine. HD ports, they tend to have a couple of problems interlaced with them that makes it a bit irksome.
It depends on how much effort's been put into the port as well sometimes, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, some ports have legitimately had some damn good effort put into them. Like, I think the Sly one's generally considered pretty good.
Well, I remember when Tom was streaming the Sly one, it seemed to be working like perfectly functional, but the general presentation seemed a bit half-assed. Like sometimes when you'd open menus, the menu graphics would still be 4 to 3.
Yeah.
But like, obviously the game's running in widescreen, so there was just like these blank spaces at the edge where you could see the game through it.
But I mean, apart from that, it all seems to work okay and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, functionally, it's good. I mean, if the worst it has is some weird menu stuff, then, you know, I could live with that.
Sometimes when they try to improve things, it can be a little bit off-putting though. I know, because Tom was talking about when he was playing Shadow of the Colossus on stream a while back, apparently the PS3 version, because they've changed the frame rate a bit, like it makes it harder to control, or something like that.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Which I have that game, but I've never had the PS2 one for comparison. But
yeah, me neither. I have it as well, sitting on my shelf right next to Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, and my one is an NTSC copy as well. I don't know whether the PAL ones are run differently.
Usually it depends. I mean, if it's something like a PS2 version or something like that, then yeah, generally they will run different. On PS3, usually there's not much difference between NTSC and PAL, just because by then, kind of like the audios have sort of merged together so that it's a little bit more seamless.
Game developers have decided to stop hating us.
Yeah, that too. That is a very big factor.
Well, to be fair, a lot of the time it's not necessarily the developers, it's kind of like the technology they got to work with, isn't it? So,
yeah.
It's not always their fault. Some things you can't look past though, like Sonic 1 PAL. That
yeah.
fucking music.
It's like everything is in slow motion.
Yeah. Got to go faster.
Trying to go fast, but the frame rates won't let me. Oh, what a game.
That should have been like the Sonic Genesis marketing campaign.
But no. The PAL days back in the retro era. Never again. I'll be happy if I never have that happen.
Yeah. Why don't you want to play N64 games at like 15-20 frames?
Exactly, I mean it blew me away when I started playing those sorts of things on emulators for the first time, and I was just like, wait a minute, this sounds nothing like how I remember it.
Yeah, it's like, why am I getting a better deal through pirating? This really sounds backwards.
And because it's so fast, much faster as well, you just automatically suck because you're not used to the massive speed increase.
It's like, yeah, if it's a game you played a lot of on the PAL one, it's going to happen, isn't it? Crap, bombs everywhere where I... Oh, was that you?
Yep, that was me.
God damn it.
I take full responsibility for that.
It's one thing to take responsibility, but you also have to take the blame.
Yep. Gotta go at a reasonable speed.
Oh shit, I've got people sniping, and someone just splattered me.
Remember when Sonic used to not be the laughing stock of the entire gaming community?
That was a very long time ago now.
I say that was probably the last good game they probably made was Generations, but I suppose Colors was good.
Colors was fun.
Colors was fun. It was a good time.
I
Then you had Lost World, which was, well, I nicknamed the 3D version of Lost World Lost Course for a reason.
The 3DS one was horrible, but the Wii U one, it wasn't great either. Like, that when it first came out, granted they've patched it up in some ways now, but when I first played that, that was like one of the most unpleasant experiences I'd had with a game, just due to kind of sheer frustration more than anything of shit not working, like the e-parkour system.
True that.
I don't like it when I randomly die because the button doesn't work.
Yeah, I hear that too.
And then they decided that maybe we weren't appreciating Lost World enough, so they brought out an even worse game the next time.
Yeah, they are definitely going backwards, although hopefully that's a sign that they'll soon be starting to go forwards. But I get a feeling we're going to have to be reasonably patient for that one.
It's pretty bad when you kind of have to just hope for the best with a games company, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of.
I hope this one doesn't suck.
Although then again, it doesn't set your expectations too high. Because you're kind of already prepared for it to be bad. So, when it actually turns out to be bad, it's not as bad, because it's just like, yeah, I kind of expected that, to be honest. But when it's good, it's like, oh my god, they did it!
I love that this is the state that series has got to. Like, just going with absolute minimal expectations so you're not too disappointed.
It's an age-old tradition of curbing off disappointment that has been passed down from generation to generation.
Yeah. Oh yes, Boom 2 or Fire and Ice. Like, that just... I don't get why. Like, I know they're going out of their way to fix up some of the problems from Shadow Crystal, but people have no confidence in the brand name now.
But hey, look on the bright side. At least they acknowledge Amy's existence in the 3DS game this time.
Not sure if one. Well, to be fair, her Boom interpretation is a better character than her main series interpretation, I think. That
I'll agree with. I mean, that's why I like the TV show. The TV show is legitimately good. It's just unfortunately the games are utter tosh.
I kind of fell out of the loop with the TV series, but I do like with Amy how her character actually does stuff. Like,
she's not entirely useless.
Yeah.
That's always a nice thing when you know that there's a character who's not just sort of there for fan service.
Yeah, well, they said about that with Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh shit, this weapon sure takes a long time to reload, like, reload the ink.
It's oddly quiet around here. Oh, I heard something. Ah!
I haven't got quiet, I've got an OST playing and it's like a proper dubstep song at the moment. I've got the same OST playing I was listening to last week actually, the free one.
Oh, I got Rhonda.
I nearly got somebody. Nearly got that person with like the life story in Japanese as their name.
It's actually the entire unedited script of the Never-Ending Story.
Well, it ends eventually.
No, that's just what people tell themselves so they don't have to read it again.
Yeah. I'd say that about the dubstep. I don't actually remember hearing any dubstep in the free anime. I can't remember where it came. And I'm just now hearing this song and like, what's this I'm listening to? Oh, got him on the screen.
As time goes on, the dubstep culture has weaned its way into very many different medias and art forms. Gotten better as well, actually, I have to say.
I think
there's actually dubstep tracks I'll actually listen to. You told me that 5 years ago, I tell you you're fucking insane.
Yeah. The thing I notice particularly is that it's being used a lot more melodically these days, which I like, because there's a lot of songs from a few years ago that were literally just lots of...
It's just noise.
Then it's like you'd spend the first couple of minutes waiting for a drop, then once that happens it's like, okay, now I'm done, sort of thing. Whereas
it's like somebody just got like their first soundboard ever and just kind of rolled their face over it and then just all went, yep, that's a track.
Yeah. Like, I think the turning point for me personally was when Cash started using like dub effects and some of their stuff. It's like they did that song about Michael Jackson that had a little bit of wubbing going on, and that sounded really cool.
I can't entirely remember when my change of heart towards the entire thing was. I'm trying to think back, and I'm not really thinking about it.
So I know I am a lot more open-minded about music than I used to be, and that kind of a lot of that was my exposure to a lot of more kind of pop, wub, sort of all this kind of mainstream stuff was radio music, which grates on you after a while with like more being overplayed than anything. But
yeah, I think the overplaying part did play sort of the contributing factor to me not wanting to listen to it, because I'm listening to it everywhere I go, and it's just noise pounding my ears with no sense of rhythm, rhyme, or reason at all.
Yeah. A fun one is when you work, like, do voluntary work in a shop and they have the radio playing, and you get to know 3 songs that radio station play on loop for the entire 2 hours you're there.
If you think that's bad, try working in retail and dealing with that shit every single day.
I would rather not. Thanks.
I swear to God, I can probably memorize almost half of those songs now, and I don't want to.
What's annoying is that with the shop that it is, because we get like a lot of CDs and stuff in that we're not allowed to play, because like obviously you need the license and that for playing other music outside the radio and stuff. So you kind of have to stick to whatever the radio stations are playing.
Yeah, it's always a problem, because I've always wanted to just go up to where I work and just change.
Yeah, just
the whole thing. Just put in like my mixtape or something.
Yeah. So granted, some of this stuff I listen to, I know a lot of people wouldn't appreciate having playing all the time, like when it comes to anime music, like game music or that sort of thing, but still, it'd be a bit of variety.
It would, it really would. I think that's probably what I'm probably going to end up doing, like my last day of employment. I'm going to like cozy up to someone and tell them, how does this work? Because it appears to be broken when the reality is it's not broken at all. Oh damn. Didn't see that coming.
Got to kind of fill in.
This ain't going well for the green team so far.
Unfortunately so. Whoever just set off that ink strike, it didn't seem to do much, unfortunately. I don't think that was the best placement for it. I got you though.
That you did.
I think you need an ink strike by your base, so I'll send you one.
I would say you were thoughtful, but then I'd be lying.
I thought about you.
But not in the nice way. And that's part of the problem.
But I thought though.
That was an Ed moment. I think I just funk.
I keep seeing the 1 minute remaining thing and thinking, oh, that's not long, but that's only really like a third of the match.
It is.
So it's still quite a significant portion.
It is a significant portion. But it's nice and warning's there.
Yeah. Now I've got a song come on where the guitar riff sounds like Wonderwall.
No. Ah! Got it. The revenge kill.
Yeah. Someone just got me. Oh, that was from Milski.
We signed him out of comeback though, which is nice.
Oh, it looks like we're having the Metroid discussion.
Oh! Damn it. I landed sort of in front of Ronda but behind Mike Tendo. And I couldn't turn myself around quickly enough to deal with both of them.
Okay, I've got to give you kind of a mental kind of all image, I guess. Like this song has come on. It's like imagine the guitar from Wonderwall, but with the Mulligan sort of backing. That's what I'm working with here.
I'm not sure how to feel about that.
No, that looks mostly green. Oh no, it was us.
That is another 0.1% difference. And once again, I'm on the losing side.
That looks like someone must have got an ink strike at the last second that set up that one little patch by the base. I think that might have been what just tipped it that little bit over the edge. Yeah,
that ink strike would have done it, absolutely. If there's a 1% difference, I'm pretty sure an ink strike gives you a good couple % at least.
Yeah, that was close. So
that was the second 0.1% we've had today. And probably in the past hour as well.
Yeah.
We're getting a lot of close calls. About a fifth of the way to level 20. It's probably going to take me a while to get there. I probably won't get there until Splatfest unless I play some more of this in my off time. But my off time is mostly spent playing Smash and Shin Megami Tensei 4 these days.
Yeah. I'm kind of like a quarter of the way across the bar now until I get to 14, so I don't think I'm going to get that today, but I'm getting closer.
Yep. I mean, if it was possible to do ranked in this sort of thing, we'd get it way quickly.
I don't think the ranked is quite as fun though.
I quite like it personally. I mean, I like having variety, but at the same time, I do like what ranked sort of provides.
Yeah, it's something different, and I appreciate that option, but I prefer this game type overall. That being said, I do like hope we see some more different game types now, because there are some that could be really fun. I know I keep harping on about deathmatch and stuff, but like having the capture the flag type thing could be fun as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
As we know, flag is right there by the headlight fluid. Oh, I'm getting killed.
No, it's going to get to the point where somebody will find the source code and start importing Unreal Tournament maps into this thing.
Fucking love.
Although that would be awesome, in my honest opinion. I wouldn't mind that at all.
No, you're getting a bit too close for my liking. There we go. Okay, now you're making me drown in my in the enemy colour.
There's my Nintendo down. Kill the sniper! Well, I killed the sniper, but I was kind of hoping to live as well.
Yeah, living after the fact does tend to be the preferable option, I find.
Definitely. Otherwise, killing the guy you were originally going after seems more like a consolation prize.
Yeah. One more minute.
Well, Jason killed me, but I had a present waiting for him.
Was it a bomb?
What could have tipped you off to that?
That's probably the best way to get someone after the fact.
Bombs are all I have.
I got Rhonda, who tried to get up a bit too close to the top of my tower.
Bombs everywhere!
Blasting up again!
Oh damn. I was hoping to get Jason again, but it didn't quite work out. We need to do something about this green situation in our base. I got like a few seconds to try.
Oh god, I just wasted seconds trying to get out the skate park pit.
I think green won that one.
Looks that way, yeah, because it's kind of split down the middle, but then they've got that extra little patch.
I don't know, actually looking at it,
That says.
it was a lot closer than I thought. I just sort of took a glance at it, yeah, it looks like green got that one, and I was thinking, no, wait.
I'm at absolute bottom, so...
Well, I gotta get a level up and see what we get.
Ooh,
More ink saving on the sub and a quicker super jump.
cool. Oh, we need one more person. This is taking... Oh, there we go.
Quang. I don't think he's one of ours, but hopefully he'll put on a good show for us.
Yeah. Paintbrush
I got Jason Hamalski and Mike Tendo.
Whereas I've got 3 people I don't know, so...
Well, that might be a good thing, you never know.
Well, at least I'm not letting down people I like.
It's like, I know these people, I don't know these people, I don't care.
Yeah. Oh, that was you going a bit bomb happy, wasn't it?
Yep,
Oh, I got you though.
you did. Well done.
And I didn't die in the process, so I'm happy with that outcome.
So you should be. Oh my god, there's like
That was
all of you here.
Certainly gathering the gang of 4 together for this one. And then I'll get killed. But I've still got a lot of my own base to paint, I should get on that just for the extra light coverage. Because if I don't, I know you guys will. I kind of have to be a little bit more cautious of making sure I'm in the ink when I'm not shooting with this gun, because it seems to drain through ink really quickly.
Yeah, I mean, especially the upgraded version of that gun, I think that thing goes through ink like nobody's business.
I suppose that's just a trade-off for having more power.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Get away.
Splattered your paintbrush, dude.
I'm not comfortable with having the people shooting at me.
Man, I'm just pretty good at this game.
I'm getting away. I don't like what's going on here.
Pretty intense firefight going on at the moment.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the matches where I get shot. Right. Get too close to enemy territory.
Well, I got a double kill through sacrificing my own life.
Crap, I was trying to break in, but I got splatted.
I get the feeling we might have this one.
I think you have, unless we manage to get like super lucky. Oh, it's 10 seconds left in it, so yeah, I think we got this.
4-inch strikes out of nowhere. Calling it now.
I could swear I was shooting the person in front of me, but nothing was happening.
That looks like an orange win to me.
Yeah, that was a pure orange.
Nearest the top as well. Can't complain about that.
I wasn't last.
By 3 points.
Still counts.
I think, judging by the chat, this E3 has probably been one of the most talked about for quite some time.
Not necessarily in a good way with Nintendo.
No, but with Sony, They're just rolling in it, I reckon. They're just like, all of the praise ever. Oh, I feel so good. I want to rub it all over my body.
I didn't get a chance to watch that one, but I've heard a lot of good things about it, like with the Final Fantasy VII remake and Kingdom Hearts 3. And,
it's only you were there. It was like, the whole thing between the 7 remake being announced and Shenmue 3 was like the most magical 10 minutes that could ever be imagined. Like, the only thing that would have made it better is if halfway through they said, hey, we're getting Half-Life 3 as well.
Yeah, you'd be pushing your luck on that as well. Yeah, but the Shenmue thing's quite an interesting approach to it with the Kickstarter and then Sony throwing their own funding behind it a bit later.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are kind of in two minds about it, and I can understand both sides of the argument, to be honest with you. Like, why do we need that fan contribution as well? Why can't they just put the whole money in themselves? I mean, I could definitely understand that as well. But at the same time, I kind of like the idea of a game being made, and if this is the means in which we have to ensure that, then I guess that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, I will say in general, I'm really not fond of crowdfunding at all, but I understand what Sony are doing, because they wanted, I would imagine they just wanted to kind of gauge like, fan interest in that. I
think what they wanted was a risk-free investment.
Pretty much, like, because the thing with like Shenmue in particular, as far as I know, the original games never sold that well. And so, although like you hear online a lot of the time people talking about how they want a new Shenmue, you've got to be able to kind of gauge whether that's an actual demand, or whether that's kind of like a vocal minority kind of thing, and that's what the Kickstarter was for.
Maybe.
Because it's one thing to like have petitions and that, whereas Kickstarter it shows that people are willing to put their money down for it rather than just sort of sign something their mate asked them to.
Yeah. That's kind of why I'm in two minds about it, to be honest with you. I mean, I do think it's a little bit on the shady side, but at the same time, I'm kind of just like, I can kind of see where they might be coming from with this. It's a difficult one. I'm not entirely sure where I stand with it.
Yeah.
But I'm glad it's in the process of being potentially made a reality, so, you know, I'm happy for that. That much I know for certain. Yeah. Everything else, is a grey area for me, a massive grey area.
So, now, how long until they kickstarted Sonic Adventure 3?
That would imply that Sega would want to do something like that to begin with. I don't think they would.
Which I will just flat out say, I think that all these demands for Sonic Adventure 3, that just won't work. Like, the Adventure series is so loosely defined now, what would it be?
Yeah. You could just say, oh hey, we just want a Sonic Adventure with Sonic Boom characters, right? No. You have to be very, very careful about what you ask for these days. I mean, just look at the Metroid fans, for instance.
Yeah, like, that was a dick move on Nintendo's part.
Yeah, that was definitely the dickiest move on Nintendo's part throughout the entire thing.
Yeah, it's like, people have been waiting for so bloody long now for a new Metroid. Like, even if the last one was, like, almost universally disliked because they changed the place and stuff. So, like, it's been about 8 years since there's been a well-received Metroid, as far as I know. And so all you give them is a game they don't like and a kind of spin-off game in the meantime. That's just, nah. That's not right.
Nah, definitely not right.
We won that match, my team did, so there's that.
Metroid fans and Purple Link were the ones most hurt by the Nintendo conference.
Well, you see, Purple Link, a totem can only go up so high.
Well, I guess that means you can't be in the game.
Yeah. No, you sit over there and watch.
Watches with a noose tied around his neck as he tries to struggle his way up to the chair.
No, please help me, guys. Please let me be in the game. Oh, we're back in the skate park.
Time for me to pull off my 1080 ollie, pop, shove it, nose grind. I'm pretty sure that's what the skateboardings are doing nowadays.
What all the hip kids are doing.
Yep.
Yeah, to be fair, I know we're kind of making fun about Purple Link and that, but from what I've seen, that does seem like a decent Zelda game.
Oh yeah, it does look decent. Obviously, the lack of Purple Link is more of a poking fun thing than a legitimate complaint.
I'm not one for Zelda at all, but like, going by what I've seen with what people like from the other games, that does seem like a pretty good game.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What do you think about like the not showing the Wii U Zelda?
I get the feeling Nintendo could have showed it. They didn't want to show it. I think they wanted to put their focus on things that are definitely coming out this year. Either that, or they're waiting for the Wii U Zelda to be announced for whatever their new console might be.
That's the vibe I was getting with the...
I mean, it looks like they may be trying to possibly pull off another Twilight Princess.
That's exactly the impression I was getting, because
they're being incredibly vague about it is the problem. They're not really giving us much to go off of a possibility of release, yet alone what they're going to be planning on releasing it on.
And the NX thing in general, being vague about that, I think is hurting more than helping. Because they're in this position where, whatever this is, like if this is a successor to the Wii U, then they're going to lose a lot of consumer confidence from saying that because the Wii U's only been out for a few years at this point.
I think it's been out for... how long has it been out for? Like 3 years?
It came out 2012, I think, so not that long, 3 years, yeah. But, like, I don't think the Wii U in general has done well enough to kind of please investors and stuff, so they've kind of got this balance between having consumer confidence and having investor confidence. And, like, the way they're handling the NX, it might be helping like investor confidence, the fact they've said that that's a thing, but like consumers, we don't know what this is, so like, you know, we've got nothing to work off what we should invest in, like as our purchase and stuff. Like, would people want to get a Wii U now, like if there's something around the corner? That sort of thing.
Another confusing aspect about the Nintendo conference is that they seem to be announcing a lot of games that we already knew about, for one thing. For a second thing, not really saying anything new. And on a third point, some of these games that they were announcing were like a week away from release anyway.
It felt very filler, especially with like the developer diary on Star Fox going on for so long and the Mario feature at the end. Like, that felt like it was to pad out because they don't have much.
Yeah. I mean, I can kind of see what they were going for. I mean, they want to maybe announce games that people can get excited about. But at the same time, it kind of resulted in a little bit of a lackluster conference because a lot of people are looking forward to the next Wii U Zelda, obviously. So, of course, having no presence of that, not really a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Star Fox. I mean, that's one good thing that they have.
Yeah.
Coming up in 2016.
I think.
But apart from that, that's all we know from Nintendo, really. I mean, we only really know what they're going to be doing for like the next few months, as opposed to maybe the next year or two, as opposed to what Sony and Microsoft have kind of shoehorned themselves in.
They've got like...
Unless you're Square Enix, in which case you just don't announce any release dates at all and just keep everyone guessing.
Or you just sort of stand there talking through the whole conference.
That too.
Yeah. Like, well guys, we had some Kingdom Hearts footage, that's enough, right?
To a lot of people it was. That's the scary thing.
Oh yeah, Kingdom Hearts has kind of got that following, like, to its credit. But, you know, like, for anyone else, that's probably not really that fulfilling, you know. Like, my experience with Kingdom Hearts is literally listening to everyone else in HFC talk about it. That's pretty much it.
It's amazing what just being part of HFC actually does sort of open windows to.
Yeah. My impression so far is like it's Chris Thorndike hanging out with Disney characters or something.
But yeah, Sony definitely won E3 in my eyes. Put it this way, Sony was the only people that actually got me to cry from an announcement. I mean, the Final Fantasy remake is something that is so near and dear to me that it's just like... I was reduced to a blubbering wreck by the fact that they announced it. And then I decided to prolong that even further by watching everyone else's reactions.
Yeah, I don't tend to like watch all these reaction videos and stuff. I know like Tom does and that, but some people do get like really invested in these kind of announcements, and that's kind of, I can understand that, because like you spend a lot of your time playing games. It gives you a lot to look forward to, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Oh damn.
You know what else I think is a dick move from E3?
What was that then?
Microsoft's backwards compatibility that's only sort of limited backwards compatibility.
Well, it's better than what Sony has at the moment, so you
True, but
have to kind of give Microsoft points on that one. They actually came out and actually have it, as opposed to Sony, who we haven't really heard much from in that regard since a couple of E3s ago now.
well, it's just more the fact that the way they worded it in the actual presentation, it came across as like they were just gonna patch in backwards compatibility. Whereas after like looking into it a bit after the presentation, that it's oh well, it's only so many games and you know, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I can kind of see what you mean, although some backwards compatibility is better than none in my honest opinion.
That's true, yeah. Like,
I mean, it's not like the technology isn't there.
Because, like, I will say one of the main reasons why I haven't bothered looking into new consoles yet is purely because of no backwards compatibility. Like, I'm in this position where I don't want to have too many black boxes set up under my TV. There's just not space for it. And I also don't want to be like switching cables every time I want to play a different game. You know.
Yeah, I get the feeling like the guys who make like TV stands are in on this somehow. They've got some kind of deal. All right, if you don't release backwards compatibility, we'll give you 20% of the profits on our TV stands.
Yeah.
That has to be it. There's no other explanation for it.
So I don't actually have a proper stand that my TV's on. Like I've got this is my chest of drawers that I've got the TV on top of. So I kind of have to have my consoles sort of. There's the Wii U just to the right of the TV because that will just about fit on. But I've got my PS3 and my Xbox just on the floor, which I can kind of get away with because it's a wooden floor, so I don't have to worry about ventilation and stuff. But still, it's like I can't justify putting a PS4 and an Xbox One down there as well.
I got it quite clever at the moment because I've got my PS2 on one shelf, PS3 on another shelf, and then there's another empty space where a PS4 could possibly come in the near future.
Shit.
So I've just got like the Sony line, and then my Wii U, and then my Skybox.
Because I've got right now set up. I've got my GameCube on the end, like which I've got down because I've never got around to putting it away because But like I've got that and I've got the Wii U next to it. That's on the line with the TV, and I've got my PlayStation TV kind of awkwardly balanced on the other side of the TV. And then on the floor I've got the PS3, Xbox 360, and I've got my emulation Wii.
Oh, you got a proper emulation rig then, have you?
And no, the Wii.
Oh, right, I see.
I picked one up because it was a tenner because the shop bar that was down the road from me was shutting down, and I thought I'll get that, I'll homebrew the fuck out of it, and that's basically what I used to record from emulators on.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Because my computer, some stuff I can get away with recording, but like screen recording on a Mac is a bit of a bitch, so I find it easier to kind of just load the games up on the Wii, then run it through the overmedia. I was trying to make a strike and I got killed.
By me, no less. Of course it was me. Who else would it have possibly have been?
Well, you got 3 other guys on your team. Probably one of them. Someone's getting.
Yeah, that was probably me.
That was revenge, and I killed Rhonda, and like Rhonda's bomb blew me up.
It's like Mousetrap. Everything just sets off a chain reaction.
Yeah. That was a really gutsy jump I just made, and I'm now feeling the pain from it. Just survived that one. I was trying to get away and I fell in the lake.
That was like literally the first thing I did when I played the map for the first time. Just like, oh, nope, now I'm in the river.
Question, why can't the squid swim?
They hate water.
Okay. That works. Oh.
I'm surprised you accepted that so easily. considering what squids are actually meant to be.
Yeah.
It's like, it's got Squid Stage Wallet. It's like, don't you watch the History Channel?
Oh nah, squids and they like live in the jungle or something.
No, they're indigenous to rural areas.
Yeah, it's annoying when you're going down the
Most
shop.
commonly found in office complexes.
Yeah. No, offices, that's more of a kind of octopi sort of area, isn't it?
But again, if you play Tokyo Jungle, you'll realise that all animals are in fact indigenous to rural and urban areas.
That's a big win.
That is a very big one.
Shame I couldn't have been part of it.
And all of us had that injector weapon as well. This is like this is just like shades of last week appearing right now.
Yeah. The huge differences last week were something though, weren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been messing around a bit more with my capture card, and rather than doing a window capture of the screen that the software has, I've now got it going directly through to OBS.
That's good.
So hopefully the quality will be much better, and it means also I don't get any of that weird lag either that I experienced for like the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, I've been playing around a bit with OBS multiplat because that's all I can get to run in terms of like recording and streaming gear on it, and it's got this thing called a siphon inject. So I'm still trying to work out how to use. So it kind of captures directly from I think the OpenGL, so it kind of doesn't require the screen capturing.
Okay, here's a question for you, Flame. How familiar are you with the Final Fantasy universe as a whole?
Not at all.
Ah, fair enough. I was going to ask you, because of World of Final Fantasy and the whole thing about being able to ride on monsters, I'll ask this to the chat then. If you could ride any Final Fantasy-based monster into battle, what would it be and why? For me, it would be a Tomberry, because you can go at a nice slow casual pace, and if you get close enough, you just insta-kill someone.
Okay. I totally understand what you're on about.
Second choice would probably be a very fat Moogle.
Have we kind of lagged out or something? Because I'm shooting paint and nothing's happening.
Yeah, I'm getting that a little as well, but...
Like, I'm trying to paint over this paintbrush line in front of me and literally nothing is happening.
Yeah, it's kind of teasing me into thinking it hasn't quite disconnected, but at the same time, it's not exactly providing a convincing argument. No, there we go. That is a communication error.
I haven't had one yet. It started letting me paint again. Okay, am I the only person still in this match?
I believe you may be. You may have a free win.
Oh, I see somebody over... No, someone just sniped me, so there's someone else here.
I'm going to take this as an indication that a weapon change might be in order, so I am going to do a bit of shopping.
Okie doke. When... I'll sit this match out, because I don't want to disconnect on this other guy, but then I'll try and rejoin your match when this one's open.
Fair enough. See what else we got here.
This is the first time I've had a communication like fuck up mid-match though.
Yeah.
I've had a couple where I'm trying to get into matches that we kind of established why earlier, but...
Let's go with the Rapid Blaster. Give this a whirl.
Sounds like a blast.
Oh, you. Yes, it's been a good week. E3 was very good for me. The last episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 3 was very good.
JoJo was fucking hype.
And Weird Al Yankovic probably has no idea what all these people talking about him on Twitter are doing.
Yeah, like, that really caught me
This
off
is,
guard.
what's
Like,
this JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and why is everybody referring to me in it?
well, to be fair, like, Owie's normally pretty good at keeping up with certain things, so he probably has an idea. Like, he tends to keep up with like internet culture at least, so if it's quite a common thing, he probably would kind of catch on. But
I'm looking at the chat about the question I asked earlier. Chocobo, we got a couple of people saying Bahamut. One person writing Ifrit, that is either a very brave or somebody who does not feel heat very much on his buttocks region.
oh, is that like a fire monster or something?
Yeah.
Ah.
He is the epitome of fire, to say the least.
Oh. I think this other person in this like 2-man match has probably won.
Oh damn. Sniper from behind.
Okay, they won 36.7 to my 32.4.
How many was it in the end?
Oh, it gave. Oh, I see what's going on. It was just me against this one other person, so yeah, everyone but us two dropped. But because the other guy won, all the people on his team that were showing up as having like, what do you call it, 300 points. Oh, I've accidentally gone into a match when I wanted to get out, so let me get out of that. Let's go back to the lobby, that's the one. So yeah, I might as well change over to the roller as well while we're having a quick change of pace and whatnot.
Yep. It's going to take me a while to get used to this rapid blaster.
I reckon
we are currently getting our asses thoroughly kicked.
Always good times. I'm going to go with the roller setup with the Kraken that I was using last week. So I quite enjoyed using that setup.
Yeah, we'll probably be at this for a little bit longer than usual, just because we spent a good portion of time doing the sound testing stuff.
Yeah.
So we're gonna make sure you still get your 2 hours left.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
What do you mean? Can you hear me? Can you hear me yet? Isn't quality content?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Isn't that the kind of fulfilling content that people come to this stream for?
I would like to hope not. I'd like to think they have some level of expectation of us, unlike some other channels out there.
I think I'm gonna get into your next match now.
Oh, sorry.
Hopefully so, at least.
Wunderbar.
Apparently, when the bad drops happen, you end up with 1 versus 0. That seems like a perfectly fair match.
Absolutely.
Let's just paint the entire stage and there's nothing they can do about it. Kind of reminds me of that one match from the Mario Kart tournament where Tom Mumph and who was it, Helldragon ended up in the match with no enemy teammates, enemy team members.
That sounds about right.
That's a fair like race, isn't it?
Yeah, that was not a good game for me. 40% plus ratio on that one.
Oh Jesus, that's not a good one.
They defeated us quite handily.
Hopefully, it will let me.
I died 9 times in that match. Good lord, that was a poor showing from me. I'm not entirely sure what to think of his rapid blaster though.
I mean,
we'll give it a few more tries and then we'll see how things go.
Yeah.
But you managed to get in with me, so that's always good.
Mm-hmm.
Soon the rest of them will eventually join us.
Yes.
The woes of somebody buying Yoshi's Woolly World. They don't have the Amiibo in your colour available. Henceforth you will not buy the game until then.
Didn't like a portion of the Yoshi Amiibos get destroyed by something?
No, I don't think so.
So I heard something about a few of them had, like, some of the stock had got damaged, but I'm not sure whether that was something intentional or unintentional. And the fact
The
that
only
it's
thing
in the
about
shops-
damaged things recently I heard about was with the Batmobile editions of Batman Arkham Knight not shipping out because they weren't happy with the quality.
Oh right. Like actual quality control, that's always a great thing to actually hear though.
I'm not entirely sure if it was quality control or if it was just because they got damaged and they couldn't actually sell them anymore.
Well,
It wasn't entirely made clear.
It's still a form of quality control, I guess. Splattered someone. I've got to readjust to using the roller now. actually, I see what you mean. Like earlier about how this is a more snipe type weapon. Like, man,
Yeah.
I'm not doing too well with the roller. Well, I guess there is quite a lot of flat space in certain places that you can kind of cover with it, so it's not completely unfair or anything.
No, definitely not. Although it does seem to have an advantage towards the sniper users.
But I can still play my role in the team at least, and it's letting me build up a lot on my special because of how much surface there is to fill up. And the problem is that by the time I get to use the special, I've already covered everything. So now I'm just sort of repainting the same sections over and over. Which, at least there are some kind of blue people coming here for me to get. But, let me find somewhere new. Oh, or not.
Yeah, I don't think this is a good map for the Rapid Blaster. It's very hard to get any opportunity to do some actual damage with it. Plus his inking ability ain't that great. And to be honest, I'm not noticing much difference between the rapid side of this blaster and the ordinary one. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of difference.
Someone just accidentally reversed into my my roller. I feel bad for them if they weren't on the enemy team.
Of course, you have your own reputation to uphold after all.
I was in the Kraken and nearly went into the water by accident.
I think that's a blue one.
It's about balanced, I think.
Oh no, really? I could have swore that was a blue win.
No, we got more overall.
That is once again my ability not to read ink.
Oh, I've got most points on the team, so maybe the covering the ground thing that kind of does stuff.
Maybe so, though we did get the majority of that middle section.
Hmm.
There's Hamilski again.
Good. That's
Another guy have a sentence for a username.
Yeah, that's a different person with a really...
Yeah, that is a different person. Without a doubt, that is a different person.
Get me a drink.
Taking the opportunity whilst you can.
I have my needs.
No, absolutely. I will not stop you.
And we're back in the depot.
Apparently there is much work to be done here.
Of course. I was nearly done as well, and if someone's cleaned it, god damn it.
Just imagine how much you'd get paid for doing that, and in such a short amount of time as well.
Yeah, clean.
Dude must be living in like a mansion or something.
Well, no, it's Mario with blood, isn't it?
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah.
Mario getting some of that sweet bank.
Yeah. What, does he still with Nintendo not cover him that he has to go and do cleaning jobs in his downtime? With the amount of work he puts in for Nintendo, I think he should like negotiate a bit better.
See, that's the thing, he doesn't even need to make the games anymore since Mario Maker's now a thing.
Yeah. Well, no, he sort of has to run through the areas afterwards, which look pretty dickish at times.
Well, that, if the NWC was anything to go by, obviously.
I do like that they've got the thing that you need to beat the map before you can post it. Because otherwise it'd end up being loads of my impossible level sort of things.
Yeah, true that. I want to do some streaming of that, maybe.
That could be
Maybe
fun.
just every now and again I'll just take a whole bunch of community-made levels and just try and run through them.
Yeah.
That seems like it'll be a fun time.
That could be quite fun, yeah.
Of course I'll be making some of my own as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not going to not have a piece of that action.
Yeah. So I've seen a video from one of the demo stations of it that someone's set up one that it uses all these different automated objects to make a stage that will complete itself. Which I think that's a clever placement.
Definitely. I don't think you'll be able to do that in Mario Maker, but
yeah,
only time will tell.
Yeah, no, that was one that someone had made in Mario Maker. It was an automated stage. Using different springs and things that you would just push Mario along to the goal through different obstacles and stuff. I think it was pretty cool. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not liking this weapon, at least on this map. I've got such a pitifully low amount of points right now. I haven't really been able to do much inside of inking things, and it's just not very rapid fire. By the time I get one shot off, I'm usually dead. Could just be me, but that's why I'm willing to give this at least a somewhat fair showing.
Yeah. Don't need to change up from time to time either, does it really?
Yellow's made a comeback.
Yeah, it's pretty much 50-50 at the moment. I need to get up to the yellow section a bit, because right now I'm well out of the way. Oh, I'm not going to be able to do much here really. Other than clean up that little bit that appeared at the last second.
I think that is a yellow.
It certainly looks it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fairly strong yellow win, I think.
I would agree with that. 251 points, that is dire. Yeah, I get the feeling if I just can't get the hang of this weapon, I might just go back and change again.
Fair one.
And I'll join you again. Because either this weapon ain't agreeing with me, or this weapon wasn't designed to be agreed with.
Person in here called G6.
I can respect that.
Me and you are on a team again this time around, so let's go for it.
Insert Pearl Harbor reference here.
Let's just get me down into the sections where I can actually be useful.
Honestly, what is with this weapon? Why can't I use it correctly? Am I using it correctly? I just don't know.
I want to go whoop someone and then I see they get killed and kind of completely change my tune in that regard.
Oh no, that's me dead. Bloody X-Strike. I jumped and by then I already knew it was too late. I just kind of accepted my fate.
Yeah. No, I got a bit too close to someone who was shooting at me.
I'm just not getting any mileage out of this at all.
Probably just not your kind of weapon, really. But the roll is not.
Thing is, if it's meant to be rapid, why isn't it rapid?
Because the roll is not my kind of weapon, really, but I enjoy using it to a degree, especially like when there's big open patches like in this map. So
I'm pretty sure I'd get more out of it if I just ignored the weapon entirely and just threw bombs everywhere. That's honestly how I feel right now.
Oh crap, I saw another roll was chasing me and I didn't notice, so I went into the squid form and got pounded.
It's not doing enough damage to make a significant impact. It doesn't fire rapid enough to put on at least decent pressure. I mean, I can't argue that the secondaries are at least decent, but that's literally the only good thing I can say about it.
I'll see you later on like 10 days instead of going off.
Yeah, see you later, dude. Thanks for joining us. It has been good to have you here, as always.
Can I make this jump? Yes, I made that jump. That was a gutsy one. I jumped from the platform thing right down to the centre stage thing.
Oh yeah, finally got someone with it.
Progress.
Slow progress, albeit progress.
Progress is progress, mate.
Indeed. But is it enough? That is the question. Not according to that guy with the custom blaster.
just try and paint what I can, but this is a blue win, I can see.
Yeah, this is looking very blue. And I got an strike dropped right on top of me as well, just to add insult to injury.
Apparently
yeah, I am definitely not feeling this weapon.
Yeah. See you later on, Himmelski.
Yeah, I'm gonna change weapons. Is there a quick way to do it?
I think you have to come out of the game to do it.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and join you then.
Alright, if I start running this game.
After I pick my new weapon.
Okie doke. Hopefully it'll let you go back in straight away.
Let's hope for that.
Oh, it's not him leaving, he was saying goodbye to someone else, that's alright, now I look dumb. Got something with match called Titan Hands, that's a fucking cool name.
Oh, that is pretty damn good. Alright, let's join you.
Let's hope you get in this one, there's one spot left on my screen.
Let's have a look. Yes! Seamless transition!
Nobody knows the difference. Other than the fact we've shouted about it.
Well, alright, let's see how I do with this. I've got the end zap on now.
Alright, is that the kind of sniper-like one?
No, that's the Nintendo zappy gun thing.
Oh, that thing, yeah. The NES zapper. Were you like in for a game of Duck Hunt or something? It's nice to be back in this map, given we've had a few maps of the other one.
Being attacked from both sides.
I just looked down to see whether I cared or not, and I do. Yeah. Let's try and get to the middle.
Well, I've got Tintin hands.
Okay. I'm just doing kind of these sweep around the edges right now. I'll just push to go into the next playlist.
Ah, damn, I knew he was back there!
Push to go into the next playlist to the OST and forgot out, like, it was one of the vocal songs coming on first, so yeah, that caught me off guard a bit. Completely unrelated to anything, but can I just say how the free OP is so fucking good, Rage On. Oh,
These guys are pretty good. They're using those blasters to good effect.
Yeah, I was just seeing the person just jump in and like shoot me in the blobs, and that just works. Like he got me trapped.
Oh,
that some person got us both.
I didn't even see the bomb there.
Go and jump straight into the mid-lower.
Come on, lazy chair, to survive a little bit longer. God damn you, lazy chair. You had one job!
Well, I don't know, there's paint dodge being shot at. You know, there's quite a lot going on.
He only had to live. Only one aspect of those many jobs is what he had to excel at for that moment in time.
I'm going to clear some of this pink.
Damn. Paul was actually able to hide from him. Apparently Newt. Well, Pink are currently kicking ass. Ouch.
Yeah,
They're really kicking ass.
I'm in the crack and I'm going to see if I can do as much as I can. I'm on the other side now, I'm near their base, so I hope none of them spawn. Don't kill anybody. Oh, looks like the team came up. Yeah.
Well, we did a little bit of a comeback, I just don't think it was enough.
Nah, there's way too much pink there for us to
Way too much pink.
Hmm.
Well, hey, we put in a good effort at least. We didn't just keel over and die at the very least.
Yeah, that could have gone a lot worse if it weren't for that last minute sweep. And Lazy Chair dropped out apparently, so
Ah, that's a shame.
that probably explains why, really.
Maybe, although I think they were just a good team in general. Nearly halfway to level 20.
Sweet.
I'm edging ever closer. And we got Himalski back in there as well. That's always good to see.
Awesome. Two more people. There we go.
Alright. Let's see how this next match will go.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm definitely doing better now that I've been that rapid blaster.
Good.
It's always worth trying, I guess.
Mm.
I have to read up more on that and see if I can get round to maybe using it properly.
Yeah, if you were...
See if I can figure out if I am doing something wrong and what that thing might well be.
Yeah, maybe it's like all the weapons. It's basically the same game, but there's different ways of making best use of different weapons, isn't there? Like with a roller, I find just to find open spaces that I can sort of cover the entire area with it. Whereas the guns and that, you sort of benefit a bit better from going around the different high sections.
Yeah.
And that's why you probably
nice job, Himalski.
That's why you probably get a bit of an advantage if you've got a mixed, balanced team, rather than having like 4 guys at the same time.
Ah. I was so close to being able to get you, but you hadn't missed a custom blaster over here. Giving you that good supply of support.
Yeah. Still helping me out when I need it. It's always appreciated. I've got somebody in the cracking points. And got killed.
Hey, you got me at the same time though, so not entirely a bad thing. That custom blaster seems pretty good. Might have to give that a shot if I can get a hold of it.
Oh.
Maybe next stream. Give me something to do during Splatfest.
Yeah, you get to show off like a few different bits and pieces and whatnot. Just saw one of the Amiibo in beds with like a really angry looking squid saying painkiller.
Oh damn. Didn't even see that guy coming.
Yeah, the opposing team, they seem to be doing well with the kind of jumping around stuff. Oh. I nearly had this person, I was falling down on them with my roller, but they just got away. I didn't do very well for the painting thing, but I managed to knock someone down, so I'll take the small successes I can get.
That's the aim of it. We're just kind of going in a loop around the entire level. There's all 4 of us.
What works, works. Kind of wish it didn't, given you're on the other team, but hey.
Actually, I think you may have edged that one out, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think we might have got lucky with like the little roller kind of patterns around the left and right. Well, not left and right, top and bottom.
Yeah, nice job. Well played.
That's a reasonable win.
Definitely. I think you caught us at the right time. Because, I mean, we were doing pretty handily up until like that last 10 seconds.
Yeah. I think like we might not have been rating the roller well enough in terms of this stage, because there's a lot of sort of flat surfaces that seem to be making the difference.
I can agree to that.
McInkling.
MC Inkling. What do you reckon the odds are that guy's got headphones on of some description?
Yeah. Yeah, he's got like the deck in front of him.
He's just got an entire turntable, just armed to the teeth with ink-based weaponry.
Yeah. Background music of this next battle is actually going to be a like squid rap.
Okay, I say we give this another 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Maybe finish it half past.
Yeah, half past. That sounds good. All right then.
Just so we can kind of balance things out, given we wasted so much time faffing around to start with and whatnot.
But hopefully that means we'll never have to do it again.
Yeah. You make sure you save them settings.
I will. Don't worry.
Good stuff.
I'll do my bit.
And I'll just try not to mumble.
That's a deal.
Sounds good to me. Oh, I landed right in the middle of an ink strike.
Oh, there's a guy with a paintbrush right behind me. Well, MC Inkling's not wearing headphones, but he's wearing a very fabulous looking pair of goggles.
Yeah, that works too. The thing that seems to be catching me out a bit is the cage section just as you're coming out of the spawn. Like, because there's just bottomless pit beneath it, and my instinct when I'm not in a battle is to go to squid to kind of speed up, but I sort of fall through and die. Oh.
Hey, Donny's in the chat. How you doing, Donny?
Hey, Donny. There's still like remains from an ink strike, but they're on the stairs, and the stairs are the hardest things to clean up with the roller because you've got to jump while you're being shot at.
Ah, managed to get in the sneak attack.
Oh, I desperately need to refill, but I've jumped in the middle of an orange patch. There we go.
It's like the thing of nightmares. For kids and squids everywhere.
Seems like Donny's been busy.
It's like their equivalent of the dream that you're just falling.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there was somebody with an invisible paintbrush.
It's a magical paintbrush.
God damn. When did Orange get this much ink?
Things vibrating like a bitch.
And someone needs to get a sponsorship deal on that.
Jesus Christ. I'm being chased, but he was too far back to do anything. So I've just done a loop behind him. Oh, he's clocked on now and I died. I was trying to be clever, but it didn't work.
Oh, you did reasonably well.
Oh, come on, someone's right in front of me. They got killed. Yeah, that's an orange thing.
That has to be orange. If
I
that's
can
not...
see that. That's a definite orange win.
Yeah, they kicked our asses quite handily. Good game to them.
Yeah. I'm in my safe spot.
If I'm lucky, at the end of this, I might be able to get the last couple of bits of gear leveled up.
Sweet. Well, you're nearly at the next level.
Yeah, nearly. I think I was about 2/3 of the way. Maybe a bit more.
Alright.
But to be seen. May have to wait until next time for that one, but that's not okay. I can be patient with that one.
Starts twiddling thumbs until next session.
1 week later, I'm still there. Just dust has started gathering around my immediate area.
No. Ooh, skate park.
Nice little change of pace.
Definitely. And I've got the right helmet for it, I think.
Right, you're on the opposing team, so if you do something cool, boo him.
I can't say I don't deserve that.
Oh nice, I managed to get D with some clever darting around.
Apparently N64 cannot stop making tweets about a certain anime on Twitter.
He's going full hog on that JoJo hype now.
Yeah. I've already tried tormenting him about being more weak than me.
Well, don't blame him. JoJo's a cracking anime.
Yeah. I've already tried tormenting him about him being more weak than me. I don't think he's there yet, but it's a step.
His stand power is to resist the powers of becoming a weeb.
Well, he's already named.
But he does not yet know its limits.
Yeah. Crap.
How the hell did I survive that? I felt for sure I was dead. Just like a roller and bombs at me, and I'm just like right in the middle of it all.
I just very nearly got caught in an ink strike, but I survived.
There goes Anarchy. You were in a bad spot there, Flame. It was like water fountains of orange coming at you.
This is okay.
I get the feeling I shouldn't be here, but I'll continue anyway.
Yeah.
Man, we've got a lot of orange on the map.
I'm not comfortable with this.
I'm very comfortable with this.
This is not an ideal situation for me.
This is not the ideal Thomas Cook holiday.
Wouldn't recommend that skate park, there's orange ink everywhere.
1-star reviews everywhere, and then this is like all the Inklings giving it 5s.
Yeah.
This place is so fresh!
To be fair, I deserved that. I was getting very close to the enemy, guys. Oh, Jesus, I've just looked back down at the bottom map.
Yeah, it's...
I'm in the shit.
You really are.
You know what, fuck it, do the whole job.
I say that is definitely an orange game.
Oh, well, I don't know. That's some mullering if there ever was one.
Could have been worse. We've had some 40% thrown in there, so this is definitely not the worst we've had so far today.
Because all the oranges linked together, it looks so, like, obvious.
It does. Yeah, I'm 2/3 of the way from leveling up my gear, so I may not necessarily get it today, but there's always other days.
Yeah.
I might just do that off stream just to give myself a decent selection of gear to take into Splatfest.
You've got to rep your team well with that sort of thing, haven't you?
And we managed to get Jason back in as well. How wonderful.
Sweet. So, is it going to be the skate park or is it going to be the depot?
Place your bets now.
Yeah, I reckon another skate park match. Just get that vibe. It seems to go in waves, doesn't it? And we've only had one skate park one in this round, so... Yep.
Hey, more skate park. Okay, I can definitely get behind this. And I got you on my team as well.
Sweet. I can be supportive now.
Yay! Emotional support.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I mean more that I'm not going to try and splat you. I'm not good at this nice luck.
It's too difficult.
Yeah.
Where's the strategy guide?
Quite a big strategy guide and it just says win.
Pretty sure that qualifies as trying to figure out the secrets of the universe.
That ink strike was a bit close for comfort.
Oh, god damn it. I thought I may have had a bit more time, but I did. Turns out the dude with a roller had to be the guy I was going on a joust with.
Yeah. Do you not notice they've got a roller until too late? Because I've done that a few times. Don't you see
Yeah,
it?
that's pretty much exactly what happened.
I'm surprised I just survived what I've been through. So I had somebody shooting at me while I was trying to go uphill with a roller. But I survived somehow.
Oh damn, nice landmine.
Okay, I shouldn't have done what I've just done. I put one of them detector things up when I needed ink.
Oh no, that was a doobie on me.
Okay.
It's like a fairly even match.
It does so far, yeah. I just got killed because I didn't see someone behind me because I was too distracted by another guy in front. Like, good on you for the teamwork, other guys, but I don't appreciate that.
That was a mine.
Was it mine though?
No, it was not. Oh, no, that's a guy. No, that is also a Kraken. Ah. There was a guy behind me as well, just to add insult to more insult.
Killed somebody.
Oh man, green's really doing a number on us right now.
Yeah, I've just they had one ink strike that kind of saved their base, and now they're kind of on the mend. She killed someone from their team though, so there's that. But yeah, Greens have taken that over at the last minute.
Yeah, that is definitely a green win if I ever saw one.
Yeah, that changed so rapidly over the course of like 30
It
seconds.
really did. It looked even until like the last minute, and then just suddenly,
Yeah.
just puked all over the damn screen. And that was it. Apparently Jason was the owner of that ink strike, so you can thank him for that one.
Here's a begrudging thank you.
Just in case that was not clear by the tone of his voice.
Yeah. Continue.
Yes, I did notice you got your shiny new gold gun. Mr. Jason Yu.
Can't
I
beat
need to set aside
something.
some time to do the campaign sometime. I keep putting it off. I blame Shin Megami Tensei 4. I'm going to complete that, and then that way I've got no reason to not do it.
Oh, what, the Splatoon main story?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm only a little way into that. I want to dedicate a bit of time to get into it properly, because I've heard some of the later bosses are really cool, so I want to see them.
Yes, Donnie, you need to get in on this. Acquire the money somehow. Just waiting for that last person.
Come on, somebody.
There you
Yeah,
go.
there we go. Pete.
Pat. Or pate.
Yeah.
Oh, we got two rollers on the other team. One of them is you. So I'm going to need to be extra careful. Hey, got you.
Got a lot of empty space on this base that I should probably fix up. I would appreciate it if you guys stop throwing bombs here.
Oh, but that's like my favourite thing.
Oh, I'm sorry I have to ruin your fun, but I have priorities.
I'm getting away from the killjoy then. It's like, fine, I didn't want to play with you anyway. I'll just go over here and ink some turf.
You go and cut your own base.
Oh, but yours is more fun. You got cable TV over here.
Maybe.
Sorry, my base doesn't really need much more inking.
How'd you like it if I came inked up your base?
I would prefer that you did.
Too bad. Let's just draw pictures in your face.
No dicks. This is a family stream.
Yeah. Oh god, I'll run out of ink as well. We say that about the stream. I don't think we've got a way to actually show the gamepad screen on the stream until the end anyway, so...
Yeah, you're probably right there. It's probably not that big of a deal.
No.
Well, until the very end. If you somehow manage to keep it there.
Yeah. Just protect it.
I think that would require collaborative effort.
Yeah.
If you wanted to do that.
Yeah, I don't want to put that much effort into drawing obscene pictures. I saying that about the gamepad. I'm pretty sure it's Katsukity who made the 3DS capture systems has got one for the gamepad now, which I can't think of too many instances where that would be useful. But if they've got the tech, that's cool, I guess.
Oh damn. This Japanese guy with the roller is showing you up. He's got some skills.
Yeah, hill dashing. I think Bonnie's after legal ways of getting money.
Plenty illegal if you don't get caught.
True. That's the blue.
That has to be blue. Alright, I think we've got time for a few more before we turn things off here, I reckon. So, let's make these last few matches count.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was second best in my team. I'll take what I can get.
I'm looking at the stream window on the other side of the screen, and I'm definitely noticing an increase in quality.
That's
Whether
good.
or not that's just because the screen is ridiculously tiny, I don't know, but I'd like to hope that's a good sign I've done something right with the graphics side of things.
Yeah. Hopefully it will look alright like, after the fact as well.
Ha, you're on the opposing team again.
Okay. Please go fuck up.
Well, you got Jason on the team, so I think you're in a pretty good position.
Okay. Good. Oh, me and this other roller just kind of crashed into each other.
There's blood and ink all over the damn studio.
There's been an increase in damages. I'm sorry, except I'm not.
I wish you'd hurry up with that technology that allows me to punch people through the screen.
Well, you want to punch me, eh?
Yes. With giant brass knuckles with nose stamped on them.
There's
Oh,
no
that's
1v1 yet to settle these disputes.
Oh damn.
Well, that'll do.
Yep, you got me good. And you got that guy good as well.
Yeah, I think I've just got 3 people.
Flame showing up.
Now I've got to recharge and probably get killed in the process.
Oh, god damn
No,
it.
that's not my guys.
I teleported straight into Jason's clutches. And there is a lot of yellow on the map right now.
That's gotta be a good thing. For me, anyway.
If you're on your team or a fan of mustard, yeah, I guess so. Although I am a fan of mustard, I would prefer red would be as much yellow as there currently is.
Oh, yeah, we've got quite a advantage going on here. Just looked at the screen when I died.
Maybe I can at least try and get a few points.
I've just jumped into a place that I've already got, my team's already got the dominance over, so I've just wasted time near the end. Oh, it's a wonderful thing. Oh, killed a pink person though. Killed two pink people though. Like a crack under this.
Oh damn. Didn't even see you coming. I probably should have heard you coming, but I was kind of drowning you out. Trying to escape from your puns.
Yeah. So the puns were actually a useful tactic in the end.
It would appear so. I think you got this one.
I always kind of shudder when I'm near the end and I don't see anything that I can paint over. I always think like I'm wasting time near the end.
Yeah, you just kind of feel helpless. It's just like, well, I ain't got anything to do. I guess I just have to wait here and hope for the best.
Yeah.
That was a thrashing.
It's nearly like 40.
You got to be pleased with that.
Yeah, that was a good match.
Well, at least I came top in my little group, so that's not so bad.
The top person's 1080p. Nice quality, bro.
Yep. Quality which I hope to stream at eventually. I may have to wait until my next computer comes in to be able to do that properly without the entire thing exploding.
You heard that Hitbox is supporting 4K now for some reason. Seems a little bit overkill at the moment, I reckon.
Yeah, it really does. I would have preferred improved bitrate, honestly.
Mm.
I mean, going higher than 3.5 would be amazing.
Yeah. Providing when you're streaming that you've got to make sure you can handle the bitrate you're putting out, which I see a lot of people not do. And then you get a chat full of fucking Twitch because people can't load the stream and they think that it's the Twitch fucking up rather than the stream. Which
is why I'm glad this stream is partnered, because I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, that is such a useful feature, the fact that people can like lower it on their end if they can pick its own problems with it. So that means it's more accessible.
And those that can handle it get the best possible experience.
I'm not sure what the logistics of it are, like having that set up, because it feels like a weird thing to shut off from people who aren't. I don't know whether it costs them more to host the different qualities.
It probably does cost more to get that sort of thing set up.
Which I can kind of understand in that respect, but like wanting to limit it off, but it's kind of inconvenience for people who want to stream on their channels just from time to time though.
Yeah, I can definitely understand that. Then again, I suppose you have to moderate these things carefully just to make sure you're not getting completely overloaded.
Yeah, you don't have one guy like streaming at like several gigabytes a second or something just because he can.
Exactly.
Like using up all the hosting that everyone else needs. Twitch's staff tends to be pretty on the ball about things though, and mostly pretty fair about stuff as well, so got to give them props in that respect. I got killed by a splatter shot. Oh, that was the Milski.
I hear somebody.
Do that.
I guess I'm safe. I'm pretty sure I would have been dead by now if I was in any immediate danger.
Can you hear this person now, Vol?
Splat. No, not quite, sorry. Somebody appears to have blown my ears off with an Inkzuka.
Oh, just a minute left, and this is much more imbalanced than the other way around this match.
Yes. I am glad.
I'm not.
Good.
I prefer to win.
Give other people a chance.
But I want to win all for myself.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna let you have that for free. What the hell? There's a dude like right over there. What the hell is Chocolat doing? He was literally standing behind our spawn.
I don't think you could get back there.
No, me neither. Props to him for getting there, but unfortunately I had echolocate. How random is that?
I wonder if they've like managed to mess up the hitbox on it or something, given it's a new map.
Or maybe there's some way of actually inking that back wall.
Maybe, yeah, but they'd still have to kind of get there.
It wasn't quite as major a victory as you guys, but a win's a win, I suppose.
Still a fairly big win. Okay, if it weren't for that one part up the top, it'd be a more significant one, but...
I agree.
Yeah, that's still a pretty good win.
Apparently that guy tried it twice, so that wasn't the first time he tried to do that.
Oh.
Alright, I say one more game and then we'll call it here, so...
Yeah, sounds good to me.
I need something to eat for supper.
Eating tends to be an important thing.
Well, I'm going back to that burger place I was preaching on about for the past week.
Alright.
Gonna take my girlfriend over there as well, so she can
Nice.
enjoy it with me.
Can't beat a burger sometimes.
Oh no, especially their burgers. Their burgers are pretty damn incredible. Their
Yeah.
burgers aren't any things, they got steak too.
That's good. We're joined by Yosuke.
Yosuke! Alright, so where will our last bout be held?
In the depot.
In the depot! In the depot, stuck in the middle of the sea. In the depot, there's kids and squeezing king me.
That was something. Oh, you're on my
That
thing.
was your sneak peek of the karaoke.
Yeah. Remember, we've still got to run this past Tom first.
True that.
Well, I mean, if this proves to be a success, he kind of has to say yes, doesn't it?
Yeah, true. You gotta give them what they want, Tom.
Oh, got quite close to that to Jason there, but you got me. No, I had a special as well. I could have saved myself with my 40 years of Kraken. I am to dumb.
Damn. Yosuke doing work. Alright, come on, Chocolate. Don't die on me. No, I'm dead.
You tried.
I dropped on a bomb, and by the time I realised it, it was already gone off.
Yeah, you might want
Alright,
to be careful.
take two. Chocolate, please don't die.
Kraken time. Go up here. All splatting strats are go. I splatted Yosuke. I just instinctively walked straight around a section that I should have been painting, and I don't know why.
Force of habit, I guess.
Probably like, because it was an unpainted one rather than the enemy team coloured one. Normally this time into the match I'm normally just looking for the other colour to paint. I'm also leaving it a little bit longer before I go to refill this time. Like, well, over the last few matches, just because I'm getting that little bit more confident with the roller. So I can push it that little bit further.
That's good to know.
See someone shooting here. Gonna have to come get me. Or I'm gonna come get you because I'm getting bored of waiting. Didn't see me going there. Oh, it was Milski. And one of his teammates got me back, so that was kind of balanced.
I'm just kind of darting across. Trying to find some safe ground but not getting very far.
Don't find safe ground, find other coloured ground to paint.
3, 2, 1. Throw a bomb.
Yeah, I just went into Kraken like at the last second, but I didn't get a chance to use it.
Throw the Toblerone at him.
That looks pretty balanced, I guess.
Not quite enough though.
Nah, that was a good match though.
That was a good match to end things off on.
Yeah.
Alright, any final comments while I stretch?
Yeah, or I'm gonna have to stretch for comments because I'm not sure what to say.
Fair enough. Alright, so one thing I did learn is that either the Rapid Blaster is not very good or I'm not very good at using it. Needless to say, I will be going on that one and seeing what I can pull off. Hopefully I might bring it back the next time we stream, we'll have to wait and see. Alright, I'm gonna play maybe one more game by myself and then go sort some food out for myself. But for the time being, I have been Lucas, and aka Volkamar. I use my real name. God damn it! Now everyone will know.
It's not like your character in game's named Lucas at all.
No, not at all. It's probably because the reason why I said it, because I've seen that name on the screen so much. I'm just like, no, I am Volkamar, not Lucas, in this strange internet land.
Yeah, we have these points where we forget what our name